Okay, awesome. So Trisha is here joining me, and she's going to ask all of the questions for everyone who did not come to listen in to this course overview. You've had about a week to work with the material, so I was just hoping to answer any questions that you might have and also give you a course overview with the why of the course, how due dates and extensions work, and just talk a little bit about Yellow Dig. So first of all, the course is designed in a way to help you practice skills in PowerPoint, practice your own public speaking skills outside of PowerPoint, and then put those two things together in the final presentation. The PowerPoint is important because even though you may not use PowerPoint in your life, there's going to be some time when you're going to have a visual aid, even if it's for something as small as, I don't know, working with your kids or maybe a community group that you're a part of. You need to design a flyer. PowerPoint is a great tool for backing up a presentation rather than being the presentation, and that's our hope in this class, is to teach you how to use it as a backup tool, how to do it really well so it doesn't become distracting. And then that whole public speaking part of it is, this is very much so a lab space for you to practice public speaking and not be worried about judgment. Like, there's really nothing writing on it. If you don't have a job or a salary or anything like that, I'll grade you, but realizing that public speaking is very stressful for most people, my intent is more so to help you get better rather than to sit and deduct a whole bunch of points. Just the very act of actually getting up, demonstrating some preparedness, and doing a speech is awesome. Then in the final, you get to put those two things together and practice using a visual aid alongside giving a presentation. And it has a timed feature to it with the final presentation where you get 20 seconds per slide to speak. And that's also important because sometimes, how many of us have been to a presentation where someone has talked way too long? And we all start doing leave-taking behavior. We look at our watch and they're just not getting it at all. So it's really good to have the practice doing a timed presentation. So that's kind of an overview of the course spectrum, from worksheets to PowerPoint to personal presentation to putting it all together. Then due dates are generally on Sundays. You are welcome to ask for an extension. I am more than happy to give people extensions, especially when they contact me first. As we get towards the end of the course, if you've got a lot of assignments piling up and you haven't contacted me for an extension, I generally start saying, okay, you can still do the assignment, but I'm going to take 10% off. I'm going to take 20% off because it's a ton of work for you to do and it's a ton of grading to do when everything really needs to be done by the due date, and that needs to be respected unless you've communicated with me. And then I'm so happy to give people extensions. When assignments are past due, I always put a 0 in, and that's sort of a Bryan University wide practice. Have you ever experienced that, Trisha?
Yes, I have.
Okay, so the 0 is put in there as a temporary grade. And it's important because it lets you know your actual standing in the class. Without that 0, what you see as your current grade is only based on the assignments you've turned in. It doesn't count the other ones that are coming up. So it could look like you have an A, but if you've missed 3 assignments, you actually don't have an A. You've missed a portion of points, and that decreases your grade. So it's really important to take those 0s in stride and try to replace them by turning in your work as soon as possible. So I've talked about the overview and the due dates. I also just want to take a second to talk about Learn-Its. If you haven't done a Learn-It in this class or at Bryan at all yet, you need to know you have to keep going back to Cerigo and working through all the memories till you get a set level of 0.5. Once you've done that, you're eligible for all the points, and those points are automatically calculated within Canvas. Finally, Yellow Dig. Yellow Dig is a great community building tool. It's an awesome opportunity for us to talk and to know that we're not solo in our community in our courses. It's really easy to feel lonely in an online course. So it's good to know that there are people who are doing it alongside of you and that they're real people with real things going on. And the varied experiences that people have also enhance the learning in our class. So I really encourage everybody to hop on Yellow Dig multiple times a week. And if you happen to be in this recording or you happen to listen to it and you post a pin about something that you learned or your thoughts on the class, I will give you a badge. And a badge is worth 5 points for that post. So that should be motivation. So that's all. That's the course in a nutshell. Do you have any questions?
I don't. Not at the moment.
Okay. Okay. Thank you so much for coming. I really appreciate it. And I look forward to seeing all these awesome updates in Yellow Dig.
Thanks.